Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of The Charming Empire. We are on Koichiro Sera's route, on Chapter 3. We've been getting closer little by little, very, very slowly. Well, okay, not that slowly, because these are short games, so we made some progress hanging out in the garden talking about flowers. I love my stoic bodyguard. Looks like we've gotten used to him sticking close, I guess. Anyway, let's jump in. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. The sunlight shines gently through the curtains. I lay my tired head on the table on this sleepy afternoon. I just finished my lesson with my tutor. Today was tough. I can't process all that in one day. I reached my hand out to the thornless roses in front of me. Sera asked the gardener for them yesterday, and they were delivered this morning. Why weren't they brought to me yesterday? You slacking gardener. He kept his promise to get me flowers right away. What a serious guy. The air has cleared some since our conversation yesterday, but things are still a little awkward. Is this the closest we're gonna get? Give it some time, come on. I suddenly get an idea. Sera, can we walk around the castle?
Your tutor just gave you homework. Finish that first.
Yes, Dad. Okay. I agree reluctantly. Not only was the lesson overwhelming, but the tutor gave me a lot of homework too. It's the only way you learn. He said I didn't know enough, and I have a lot of catching up on if I want to be an educated lady. I just have to do my best. I take a deep breath and hit the books. You can do it, you're a strong, independent woman. Sera, why are you eating here? While I'm doing my homework, I noticed Sera nibbling on a rice ball.
I usually eat during your lesson, but they didn't have anything prepared today.
Do you just eat a rice ball every day?
That's right. Is there a problem?
Yes, especially if you only eat one rice ball every day. That's not enough to sustain my bodyguard. No, but that's not enough. Yeah, what I just said.
It's enough for me. I have to protect you so there's no time for a leisurely meal.
You need some meat. So that's all you're going to eat as long as you're my bodyguard? Sera nods. You fool. But bodyguards need food to concentrate. I'm sure there are other things you'd rather eat. You should eat a normal meal.
No matter how careful I am, I let down my guard when I'm eating. If someone targets you with a gun, you'll be dead in a second.
The word dead sends a chill down my spine. But Sera is just stating the facts. He's not trying to scare me. Why don't we get like a panic room? You can just shut me in the panic room when you need to eat a meal. I think that would work. There's gotta be somewhere we can go. Am I the weird one? But I couldn't survive on rice balls for very long. Yeah, I'll get scurvy. Need some veggies. Even if being my bodyguard is his job, he doesn't have to be so hard on himself. I know. Do you have a favorite food?
A favorite food? Why do you want to know?
'Cause I want to feed it to you. Sera looks at me suspiciously. I was planning to ask the kitchen to make him what he likes. I hesitate to tell him the truth, but Sera sighs before I can answer. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious.
You're so easy to read. I'm not going to change my diet.
I see. Well, you'll have to once you develop scurvy, or pass out. It looks like he saw right through me. There was no point in stalling.
Don't worry about me. What do you like?
Oh, don't turn this around. Huh? Sera's never asked me about myself before. I look at him in surprise. Will he ask the kitchen to serve me my favorite foods?
For better or worse, you're too trusting. I'm sure you would stuff your face with your favorite foods without a second thought. So, I need to keep my eye out for that.
So that's why. Hey, I'm not a glutton. When I give him an angry look, I think I hear him laugh. Did he just laugh? He quickly goes back to normal, but I swear I saw him smile. I need to find out what his favorite food is. I prioritize thinking about strategies to ask him over doing my homework. Why don't I go to my brother and say, look, I can't have a bodyguard that just eats one rice ball a day. He's not going to be able to protect me like that, and have my brother make him eat. Once I finish reviewing my lesson material, Sera and I walk aimlessly through the red-carpeted hallways. It's fun just looking at the beautiful landscape paintings and sculptures that line the walls. I can go anywhere in the palace, right? Everything looks so fancy. I'm worried only important people are allowed to walk through here.
Yes, all the off-limit rooms are locked.
I gaze at a decoration in the corner as I walk along. I plan to go back to my room once I'm done with this floor. Oh! I bump into someone again since I'm not paying attention. Would you quit that, girl? Pay attention! But this time I'm walking slowly enough to catch myself from falling. I take a step back and see a nervous maid with her hands full of boxes in front of me. Don't yell at her, Sera. I'm sorry. She balances the boxes so they don't fall and apologetically lowers her head. She's holding so many boxes that I can't blame her for not noticing I was in the way. It's okay.
You should watch where you're going.
Uh-oh. Sera steps toward the maid just like he did with the guard. He wouldn't treat a maid the same way he would treat a guard. But Sera suddenly reaches toward the maid with a stern face. Don't you dare. Sera, she only bumped into me, just barely. I'm fine. I clutch at his sleeve like I did before, but he's strong enough to pull away.
People are going to take advantage of you if you keep saying that. They need some kind of punishment for running into the princess.
How about a slap on the wrist? I don't care about that. When I yell at him, he gives me an annoyed look, but nevertheless lets the maid go. I accidentally double-clicked, so let me see.
I didn't know you could raise your voice like that. Well, it's better that way.
Better? For what?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Better for when I need help and I need to scream for you? I look at Sera in confusion, but the maid's shrill voice interrupts my train of thought. I'm really sorry, Princess. I'll be more careful from now on, so please forgive me. It's okay. I wasn't paying attention either. Thank you for your kind words. The maid bows profusely and continues down the hallway in the opposite direction. I told her it was okay. Ever since I came to the palace, the servants have been strangely distant. I guess it makes sense since I'm the princess. But it's lonely to be treated like this after being around such friendly people in the countryside. On the other hand, Sera doesn't talk much, but he doesn't put me on a pedestal either, so it's easy to be around him. Suddenly, Sera's become the person I can be myself around the most. He asks me what's wrong when our eyes meet, and I quickly look away in embarrassment. After seeing the art in the hallways, I decide to go back to my room, when suddenly I tune in to some whispering nearby.
Okay, what about Sera?
Aha, we've uncovered a plot. Sera? I glance at Sera when I unexpectedly overhear his name. I thought he would be angry someone's talking about him, but he doesn't seem to care. What are they saying about him? I'm curious, but it's awkward since Sera's here and it's not nice to eavesdrop. It's fine to eavesdrop if you think someone's plotting against you. Oh, come on, man, we have to leave. I think it would be smart to listen, but no, the choice is to leave. According to the guide, so alright, we gotta leave. Yeah, proper choice. I shouldn't listen in when Sera's here. Sera, you better listen in. I pick up the pace as I walk back to my room. I guess Sera didn't hear at all. But my steps gradually get slower as my curiosity gets the best of me and I can hear the guards talk. Aha, so there's no getting around it.
We sure got the short end of the stick when Sera left to be the princess's bodyguard. He's hard to warm up to, but he's got a good arm. That's probably why he got the bodyguard job. But I'm worried about the rebels attacking.
Same here. It's amazing Sera got him to retreat without killing any.
What's really amazing is, well, that's amazing too, but we should just get rid of them all.
Sera makes a sound by banging a sword on the wall.
Hey, that's enough gossiping.
Yeah, you're right. The guards quickly run away when they hear the sound. I can finally breathe when their footsteps completely fade away. I overheard their conversation. I suddenly feel guilty. I wonder if the guards commented about Sera being hard to warm up to hurt his feelings. No, it's kind of the truth. There's nothing bad about that, really. When I glance at Sera, he looks right back at me.
What are you staring at me for?
Nothing. I turn my back on Sera and continue to walk back to my room. It looks like it didn't bother him. My feelings would get hurt if someone said that about me. Maybe Sera doesn't care what others think about him. I'm glad to learn something about him, but I realize there are a lot of things I still don't know. I think I heard the guards say Sera doesn't kill rebels. It may take a lot of power to send a group like that away without any casualties, and he's putting his life at risk too. Well, maybe he values life and doesn't want to just kill people so easily. Maybe that's his principle. That makes Sera both strong and caring about human lives. I glance at him out of the corner of my eye, hoping I can get to know him little by little. Me too! I want to get to know him a lot, really. I have a question. It's afternoon, and I just finished my lesson. For once, Sera's not in the room with me. Sera, why aren't you doing your job? So she called him, so he left me alone. What? No substitute? Okay, we got somebody. 2 guards stand outside my room in his place. Yeah, but we got these gigantic open windows right there on the balcony. It makes more sense for the guards to stand outside of the room rather than inside. How? But since Sera is always by my side, it feels strange when he's not here. It's a little lonely. I look around the empty room. It feels bigger than usual. I guess I got used to having Sera by my side. When I peer out into the hallway, the 2 guards turn to me.
What's the problem, Princess?
Oh, there's no problem. Do you have a minute?
Certainly. What do you need?
The guards stand at attention. I don't need anything. I just want to talk.
Talk? With us?
The guards give me baffled looks. I'm bored. Do you mind?
Well, we don't mind. I'm just afraid His Majesty will yell at lily guards like us for talking to you.
I've had dinner with Soshi several times since coming to the palace, but all he worries about is me becoming an upright lady. That means I need to have the pride it takes to act like a real princess. I'd rather be a princess who gets along with her people. The only reason I'm the princess is because my brother's the emperor. I don't have any power myself. Everything is decided for me, so I should at least sometimes be allowed to do what I want. I open the doors with a smile. Come on in.
We can't do that.
If you don't come inside, someone might attack me from the window. Yeah, the many, big, gigantic windows that are completely open.
I guess if you put it that way.
The guards exchange awkward glances when I don't back down. Then they look back at me.
Only for a little while.
Thank you. I usher them in, and they slowly enter the room as if they feel bad about stepping on my floor. Take a seat. I motion toward a couple of chairs.
We couldn't sit. We'll get you some tea, so you should have a seat, Princess.
I'm the one hosting here. One of them practically forces me into a chair, while the other runs out of the room to get tea. They don't have to be so formal. The guard left behind stands awkwardly beside me and doesn't show any intention of sitting. What should we talk about? The weather? By the way, I heard Sera was a palace guard before he became my bodyguard.
That's right. He used to be a famous samurai before the palace hired him for his skill with a sword despite his rank.
Ah, so if he was actually a samurai, if they're talking about a real samurai, then this really is in the past.
You see, we might not seem like much, but you have to have a pretty high social rank to become a palace guard.
I appreciate the guard's explanation, since I didn't know the palace guards had to be of high social status. I should know that if I'm going to be living in the palace. If Sera was hired on skill alone, he must be really strong. You haven't noticed that yet? When I saw him fight for the first time, I could tell he was used to handling his sword.
What are you doing?
A deep voice echoes through the room. Speak of the devil, Sera is standing in the doorway. He looks grumpier than usual when our eyes meet. You were away, so I thought I'd have a party. Sera looks upset for some reason. 'Cause you let a bunch of flies buzz around you while he was gone. As I try to figure out why, he strides over to the guard.
What are you doing here?
Sera grabs the guard's arm and twists it into the air. Oh, this poor guy. Is he the only one that actually came into the room?
I'm sorry. I don't want an apology. I want to know what you're doing here.
Wait, Sera, I called him in here to talk. I stand in front of Sera to make him back down, and he murmurs to himself.
I thought so, but I suspected you would try to do something like this, so I ordered him not to get too close to you.
Why would you order him to do that?
I told you, you're the princess. You can't talk to guards like they're your friends.
Instead of getting mad at me, Sera awkwardly scratches his cheek. Oh, he's just jealous. That's not his real reason.
Well, I'm a guard too, but I'm your bodyguard, so it's okay.
Excuses, excuses. He looks to the guard for confirmation.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Sera breathes a sigh of relief at the terrified guard's answer, then he clears his throat.
Anyway, it's not right for you to talk to just anyone. Lord Amazaki doesn't act like that.
Okay, I've never seen Soshi talk with the guards, but... I'm about to fight back, but I feel bad for the guard shaking in his boots. You're right, I was wrong. Please return to your post. Sera breathes a sigh of relief at my quiet answer and lets go of the guard, who runs out of the room. Oh, poor guy.
I'm very sorry.
I watch him run out of the room and sit down. Sera closes the door and walks toward me. I wanted to talk to him some more.
Did you forget why you're here?
Sera rolls his eyes at me. No, I just wish things were more fun around here.
You're going to marry a foreign prince for the sake of your country. That's what your education and etiquette is for.
I know. That's right. I have to marry a foreign prince for my country. Even if I don't love him, I don't have the right to choose. I don't feel like talking to Sera anymore. I stare out the window. The scene outdoors is growing dark as I think about my fate. Ah, the life of a princess. Next episode, Chapter 4, coming up in the next video. So we got to see a bit of jealousy there, I believe. Sera, are we going to have to run away to be with him? I hope we get a taste of enough to know what's going to happen before the ending. Because, I can't read the ending, but hopefully before that comes up, we can actually get enough story to actually figure out what's going to happen. Well, anyway, hope to see you in that next video or one of my other ones. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.